Hey guys, today I'm going to show you 10 things you probably didn't know you could do inside the Sunday Keys app. Starting with this helpful trick, auto-modulating a sound. Now this is a really helpful trick that I like to use when I'm playing a lead line that needs to get brighter or darker and I don't have a lot of time to do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your sound settings, select the Mod Filter tab. Now each of these sliders is going to correspond with the low point and the high point on the mod wheel. So if I bring this slider down lower, it's going to make the low point on the mod wheel darker. And if I bring the high point up higher, it's going to make it brighter when I bring the mod wheel all the way up. So I'm going to confirm my changes. I'm going to save this snapshot with the mod wheel all the way down. Then I'll select my second snapshot, bring the mod wheel up, and press save. Now at the touch of one button, I can play a lead line and it'll get brighter on its own. Patch lock. Let's say you are playing one song in one key and you're trying to quickly transition to another song in a completely different key. Here's how to do it simply. Now I'm gonna play my first song in the key of C. So I'm gonna set that here. And I want the tempo to be 80. Then I'm going to select patch lock. This is going to cement these settings to this patch. So when I change patches, these settings won't change. I'm also going to set the key of C in the tonic area as well. I'm going to patch lock that too. So if I use the tonic pad, it will stay in the key of C when I come to this patch. Now my second song, I'm going to play in the key of F. So I change that up here by selecting F, and I want the tempo to be 90. I'm going to patch lock that. I'm going to select F in the tonic pad area, turn it on, and select patch lock. By turning it on before I select patch lock, it means that the tonic pad will automatically turn on in this key when I go to this patch. So we're going to go back to our first patch. So I'm going to play this first song in the key of C. And then transition to my second song. It's seamless. Another cool and easy thing you can do in Sunday Keys is create a custom sequence. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my sequencer MIDI effect. I'm going to select my input note and then play the note I want to use to trigger the sequence. I'm going to select this C way down here. Then I'm going to play the sequence that I want to be output when I play that note. Then I can adjust however many steps, the velocity, and the subdivision that I want it to play. Confirm, turn on that effect, and here we go. Let's say you want to send different types of sounds you're playing out through different outputs to go to your soundboard. There's a really cool feature in Sunday Keys called flex routing that allows you to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your settings, to the flex routing tab, and here you'll see that all the different kinds of sounds you could play have a drop down. Now the interface I'm using right now only has 4 outputs, as you can see here. But if I was using something like the track rig that has 8 outputs, I could send out different sounds through each channel. So all you do is you go through each type of sound and select which output you want it to go through. So I could send all my pianos out through one, pads out through another, synth sounds through one, bass sounds through another. There's really so many different combinations you could use. Then to identify which sound shows up in which category, all you have to do is go to the individual sound, to the settings. If you want to change, you just select, hey, I want this sound to go out through that category. So it's very customizable and gives you lots of flexibility. Did you know the Sunday Keys app has a metronome? It's right here. You can use this to practice, to record to a click, or even if your band doesn't currently use a click and you want to, you can use flex routing that we just talked about to do this. Just go to your settings, go to flex routing, and there's a metronome tab down here, and you can select which output you want it to go through. There's also a tab for metronome settings. Here you can change the metronome sound, adjust the volume, and a bunch of other settings as well. Here's a quick tip to make your pad sounds even thicker and bigger by not changing anything that you're playing. You're going to load in the easy chord Midi effect. Here you're going to select the input note that you want to play. Then you're going to play the chord that you want to sound when you play that note. Then you continue on from there. Let's say I want to use that input note and just add all the chords in the key. And confirm. We're going to turn on the Midi effect. By playing a single note, you have a full pad sound. This can be really useful if you can only play single notes or octaves in your left hand because your right hand is doing something else. Let's say I'm playing a song that has a quiet, intimate piano at the beginning of the song, but then as the song grows bigger and louder, we want the piano to get brighter. Here's a way to do that. Start with a softer piano like the felt piano. I have the volume all the way up and I'm going to save this snapshot. Next, I'm going to bring up the volume of this upright, brighter piano. I'm going to select my second snapshot and save. So now at the touch of one button, I can bring in a brighter piano. Here's another way to modulate your piano presence. I selected the SK upright, and I don't have any audio effects turned on. So all I'm going to do is save my snapshot, select my second snapshot, and turn on the reverb plugin. You're going to want to go in, make sure you turn up the wet value of your reverb, and then select a larger sound like the cathedral. Confirm your settings. Save your second snapshot. Then when you move from one snapshot to the next, you're going to hear a big reverb come in. Let's say you're playing on a keyboard that is more sensitive than what you're used to. This happened to me just a couple weeks ago when I played at a worship event. And I wasn't expecting it, but whenever I played a low velocity on the keyboard, it triggered my sounds to be a lot brighter than I expected. So here's how to fix that. Go to your settings, select Midi, and here you'll see this section called Keyboard Velocity Scaling. If I bring down this upper value, what it means is that when I play my keyboard as loud as I can, instead of hitting a velocity level of 127, it's only going to hit a velocity level of 100. This can be a really helpful tool that you can adjust on the fly if you need to. This trick will make lead lines that you play sound bigger than they actually are. I have 3 lead sounds loaded into Sunday Keys. Here's the first one. I'm going to bring in my second sound and you're going to hear that it fills about the same space. It's hard to decipher the two from each other. But if I go into my sound settings and I take this sound up an octave using this Midi input transpose feature, then I'm going to play the same notes and it's going to sound an octave higher. immediately brighter. You can hear the two distinct sounds. Now I'm going to layer in a third sound. I'm going to take this one down an octave. So now it sounds like I'm playing 3 different octaves by only playing a single note. The tonic pad is a pad that plays underneath all the other things that you play. It's great for gluing your band together and covering transitions. But what do you do if your song's in a minor key? Let me show you. When you open up tonic pad, you'll see there are multiple layers. You can change the quality and the volume of these layers. I'm going to change this first layer to minor. And here's what it sounds like. I hope these tips are as helpful to you as they have been to me. Be sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our new videos that we post every single week. And check out Sunday Keys at the link in the description. Let me know which of these tips you'll be trying in the comments below.